Good morning, Herons.
Happy Monday, Herons, and welcome to a very special edition of Heron TV. I'm Mr. Oliver.
And I'm Mr. Cole. And you're probably noticing right now that HTV is missing an important part of the show, student hosts.
Well, that's because today is an important day here at HVMS where we are honoring a great woman, an awesome teacher, and close friend that we lost this year, Miss Janice.
For those of you that didn't know, Rose Janice was a social studies teacher here at HVMS since the very first day our doors opened.
Mrs. Janice was a great teacher that made all of her students feel welcomed, valued, and confident that they could succeed in middle school. This week, you'll be hearing the phrase, "be brave," as those words reflect not only her motto as she battled cancer, but her mantra to kids as they face many struggles that come along with being a teenager.
Sadly, Herons, Mrs. Janice lost her battle to colon cancer this year. But while she was with us, she left her mark on so many students.
Yeah, she really did. And because of her legacy, this spring, our Spirit Week is being held in her honor.
Let's take a moment to hear a few words from our student council who planned and organized today's assembly and Spirit Week.
Man, I have really been missing Miss Janice and have been thinking about her in my fond memory. Do you remember how she taught us grapes, Riker?
I think so. Geography, religion, achievements, politics, economy, and social structure, right?
Exactly. I wish I had a perfect way to honor Miss Janice's teachings and all that she contributed to our life.
Actually, there is a way we all HVMS staff and students can come together to honor Mrs. Janice's legacy at our school.
How? Count us in!
We'll be selling janograms during Be Brave Week, our school's Spirit Week, which begins with an assembly this afternoon.
I get that the name honors Miss Janice, but what's the point?
Prior to her passing, we asked Mrs. Janice's which organization she wanted our school community to commit to in her memory. Without hesitation, she named the Women's Foundation of Oregon.
To honor Miss Janice, we've organized a fundraiser that focuses on progressive change for women and families who need health care with a priority on funding for proactive colonoscopies.
The Women's Foundation of Oregon will take our donations and make sure they go to the families. We also wish to earn enough money this week to commission an artist to create a mural close to Mrs. Janice's classroom for all the school to enjoy and remember how she taught us to be brave.
So cool. Thanks for the specific details. Where can I buy janograms? I want to buy one for all my friends and teachers to help support this excellent cause.
You can buy them at our student store in the mornings this week before school or after school. If your bus arrives late, lunch sales will be on May 10th.
I will definitely buy several in honor of Miss Janice. How much do they cost? I'm going to talk to my family about them. They'll want to support the Women's Foundation of Oregon too. They'll most likely add to my donation funds.
Good point. Our school will take all donations and checks of any size in Mrs. Janice's honor at the student store.
Each gram costs $2. They come with a sucker and a great card that you can write on. It's a cool way to contribute to a crucial cause, honor Miss Janice, and lift a teacher or friend's spirit.
You even might want to anonymously send a couple to a crush.
Staff, families, and students are encouraged to support Miss Janice's favorite nonprofit this week. Let's come together as a one big Heron family and show our respect and love for all Miss Janice contributed to our lives.
Make it a great week, Herons!
And today we're on a PM assembly schedule to learn more about her, celebrate her memory, and raise money for the Women's Foundation of Oregon, an organization dedicated to dismantling sexism, racism, and structural oppression through the movement of resources and ideas in our region.
It is a cause that was near and dear to Mrs. Janice's heart, and we're excited to help out in her memory.
To share just a small piece of some of Mrs. Janice's philosophies, let's turn things over to Mrs. Lute for this week's Quote of the Week.
Take it away, Mrs. Lute.
Miss Janice loved Michael Franti because he writes songs full of wisdom. His quote, "Love is the purest form of rebellion against hatred and injustice," carries deep significance because its truth frames love not just as an emotion, but as a transformative force. In the face of hatred and injustice, love is a radical response that Christ, Buddha, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and Gandhi, they all taught this major principle of life. Love is a conscious choice to counteract negativity with compassion and understanding. Love fosters healing and change. Gandhi taught that Kur means heart and Age means full of, so therefore courage means full of heart and love. Gandhi said only the strongest are capable of this kind of bravery. I think many Herons, and I know Mrs. Janice believe this too, that all Herons have this kind of potential for this kind of bravery. Have a good day, Herons.
Mrs. Janice was quite the Michael Franti fan. Every year she would go to see him in concert with her family. I like to think that those concerts were some of her dearest memories.
And what are some of the Herons' fondest memories of Mrs. Janice? To find out, let's go ask a Heron.
What did you miss most about Miss Janice?
Her humor and how kind she was.
Yes.
I will always miss Miss Janice's upbeat personality, her positivity, and most of all, her welcoming smile.
What do you guys miss most about Miss Janice?
I missed her humor. She was really funny, and she could joke around with us.
She was nice, and she kept laughing for some reason, but it was cool.
What did you miss most about Miss Janice?
I think I miss Miss Janice's smile and just her sense of humor. She was always there, always laughing. I can hear it today, so I really miss her. She was an awesome person, awesome teacher, awesome friend.
What do you miss most about Miss Janice?
I missed about her teaching and her smile, positivity, and now that she's gone, it's not there anymore, so, sad.
Yeah. I miss her laugh and the light she had in her eyes when she was teaching you guys, her zest for life. There's a lot to miss about her.
What did you miss most about Miss Janice?
I missed her smiles. She was just such a nice person, and she always made me laugh, and I just liked the way she taught her classes, and she was just my favorite social studies teacher.
Yeah. What do you miss most about Miss Janice?
I miss her laugh because she would always find the best way to make other people laugh, and even if it wasn't funny, she would laugh herself, and it was always nice.
I miss our great conversations that we'd have about our kids and about what's going on in our classrooms and the joy that she brought to that.
We all miss you, Rose. Since everyone misses your sense of humor, let's get to the joke of the day.
Hey Darius.
Hey Kyle.
Did you watch March Madness?
Yes, I did.
Speaking of sports, where did basketball players buy their uniforms?
Where?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. That's a knee slapper. And my deepest apologies go out to Elliot, that joke's creator, for omitting it from last week's show.
You know, Mr. Oliver, I'm excited for the assembly today. And remember, since it's a spirit assembly, part of the reason for it is to announce each of the spirit days that we will celebrate and dress up for all week long.
That's right. Tomorrow is Pajama Day, so bust out your best slippers, robes, and sleepwear.
Don't forget the shades and sunscreen on Wednesday because it's beach day.
On Thursday, it's Celebrity Lookalike Day. Do you think I look like Ryan Reynolds?
Sure thing, Mr. Oliver. And Friday, it's Teacher-Student Swap Day, so dress like your favorite teachers. Hit me up if you need a scarf, obviously.
And teachers, make sure to show off your riz and dress like your students on Friday. Can anyone loan me a pair of Crocs, size 10.5?
It's going to be a great week where we can dress up, have fun, and raise some funds for the Women's Foundation.
Hey Herons, Mr. Bridge here. And we've been celebrating Miss Janice all week, and I had the incredible opportunity to teach with her for 2 years. And one thing I loved about her was her smile. Man, she had a great smile. And it makes me think about what we could do to spread Miss Janice's smile across our community. And one way that we could do it is to donate to the organization, the charity that Miss Janice particularly loved. All you have to do is scan this QR code right here, and if you would care to make a donation, or your family would care to make a donation, I know that would spread smiles all across our HVMS community. Thank you, Herons.
Now that it's May, will the weather finally start acting like it?
Let's go ahead and check that 5-day forecast.
To wrap up today's show, let's get to the Heron call-out drawing.
Thanks, Herons, for being safe, respectful, and responsible. Make sure to stop by the main office and claim your prize.
And thanks for joining us today. Enjoy Spirit Week. Be brave. I'm Mr. Oliver.
And I'm Mr. Cole. Have a great day, Herons.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream